Rival Battle with Hop, we continue on to Route 3. On this route, we catch our, I think it's third or fourth, yeah, it's our fourth party member, Gossiflu, which we nicknamed Rosie. Gossiflu and its evolution Eldegost are pretty good grass types this early on, and we're primarily capturing them, so we'd have something for the second gym, which our team does not currently have, and we desperately need some coverage. We're also getting a fifth team member at that point, but they're not going to be much use, so somewhat spoilers. I want to take note of the routes in this game because they're pretty linear. That's something I cannot defend. They're not even all that memorable because there's not some unique areas in the routes. I kind of hope they bring that back in future installments, but by looks of Legends Arceus going full on open world, hopefully that is expanded upon, but the sheer linearity of these routes make it easier for idiots like me to find items, so good job, Game Freak. After getting sidelined for most of our adventure up till now, Flare decides to evolve into Raboot, which is a significant improvement upon Flare's design. It looks so much better than School, but it looks so much cuter. He's so emo, it's adorable. I'm going to talk about the middle evolution stage for the starters, because there's something I want to take note of. They all seem to have developed into their talents. Scorbunny has turned into Raboot, which looks a bit more like a professional football player, more like a professional athlete, like someone who'd be in high school on a football team there. Grookity evolving into Fraki looks like a band member, like more like an official band rather than just some kid beating a stick. That sounds like an innuendo, but and Sobble goes full on emo on us, so it's not as noticeable there, but it'll shine more through in its evolution. After that evolution and capture, we then proceed to the Galarian Mine, which is beautiful. Compared to the other mines in Pokemon, like the Orberg Mine, it is a significant step up. It looks so gorgeous with the multiple gemstones. It reminds me a lot of Christmas. I have no idea why, but it just looks so beautiful. It looks so good. Please, Game Freak, keep giving us landmarks like this in your titles, because this is 10 out of 10. French kiss. Mwah. I don't know if the audio caught that French kiss, but that was an attempted French kiss, so sorry guys. After that, we encounter rival number 3, BD. Bede? Bed? Bead? Baba? BD is the typical asshole rival, to be quite frank. He specializes in psychic types at this point, so it's fairly easy to bring him down. He has a bit of a troubled backstory, which makes him really interesting, and I kind of hope he gets more attention like the anime. He hasn't been introduced in Pokemon Journeys up to this point, but I hope he does, because he is really interesting. Sadly, at the point of this recording, Ash has just defeated B, who oh god, I'm going to distance that, but nonetheless, it's a bit too late for him to appear, but we can only hope. If not, he can get his own spin-off, hopefully. But he's troubled, and he sort of gets a pretty good character arc, which I want to talk more about. He has this pretty cute relationship in the game, not romantic, more like a guardian and guardie. After that evolution, Surdame evolves into Corvisquire. The mild rookie has turned into a squire, and shall descend to a knight. I mean ascend, I meant ascend, but anyway, he evolves, which is still a mono flying type, which is something that's quite unique for this evolutionary line. Aside from Tornadus, they're the only pure flying types in Pokemon, which is really cool, but they do evolve. They do give me a secondary type upon evolution, so that kind of gets taken away from them, but still. After that, B leaves us and we go to Route 4, which is the creepiest route in this game, not for the reasons you'd expect. It's just a bunch of creepy kids dressed up as Pokemon running around here, and you get hounded by Electrike. It's insane. Seriously, you get chased by Electrike, Galarian Meowth, and Yampa. It is nuts, and the children running around. It's like some Children's Corn level stuff. Alright guys, I have to admit a fault of mine. There was footage of me entering Turfield and having the typical Galarian Toxicity talk with Sonia, but sadly that footage got corrupted, so I apologize for that. Nonetheless, I'm going to try and put screenshots here. The Wooloo introduction of Milo is really good, and it sort of sets him up as a farm boy pretty well. It's pretty basic, but it also establishes his gym. which sort of clues you on what the puzzle's going to be like. Sonia's introduction to the Galarian toxicity drawing on the field is pretty good. It builds some world building, but it's nothing really to write home about. But you know what it is writing about? Turfield. It's a pretty good first gym city. It's based on Stonehenge, which is pretty unique. I thought that'd be sort of like an end game location for this region, but nonetheless, it is really good to look at. Just basically a farming town. After that, we go to Turfield Gym, which is very, very green. And proceed with the challenge. We go in with Coruscant and Vaboot, because Milo only has 2 Pokemon, and I have this quirk. Whenever I play a Pokemon game, I have to rival the gym leader. Just it feels more like a fair fight. But we go in, we wrangle some Wooloo, beat up some trainers, fight off Same Yamper. That's basically the main puzzle in this gym. As you can tell from my last sentence, you just have to wrangle the Wooloo into the gate. And you have to make sure you don't miss one. It's really not that interesting, but nonetheless, it's cute seeing Wooloo around. Seriously, I would kill to have one of those. After that, we challenge Milo directly, and can I just say how genius this was in addressing the Dynamax and Gigantamax problem. Making the gym battlefield a football stadium was friggin' genius. It gives you plenty of space for the Pokemon to stand without worrying about them knocking knocking the building over. It just makes it, plus it serves as great world building. This is what Pokemon's needed. The Galarian region, it's probably the most fleshed out region aside from something like Alola. Which is just great for Pokemon as a franchise. I hope they continue this tradition of making the regions feel like their own separate civilizations, because you gotta admit, things like Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, they kind of feel a bit samey. Unova's sort of different, and so is Kalos, but Alola and especially Galar is where they sort of spray off the path of it. And I really love that, but nonetheless, we take on Milo. This farmer boy is going to hit us with a Gossifleur of his own. We're going to take that down fairly easily, and then he sends us Gigantamax Eldegoss, which is the evolved form of Gossifleur. But we take them down fairly easy as well, so yeah, not much of a challenge. Typical for the first gym, but he gives us the TM for Magical Leaf. After that, we are confronted by 2 reporters who have brought back a gimmick. I think that was in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, where there are these 2 reporters who fight you in a double battle, and throughout the game their Pokemon will evolve. That is just so interesting to me, because it makes you feel like they're following you on your journey. It's nice to have some paparazzi following this trainer who is apparently hot stuff. It sort of just implies, I don't know how to describe it, it's sort of like storytelling without storytelling. Like, this trainer is something special because he's got his own reporter crew following him. I don't know, it's small details like that which I love in stories, and it's just, I find it so interesting. After that, we gain our 5th team member, I think? Just trying to think off the top of my head here, but we gain our 5th team member, Toxel. Toxel is a poison electric type. I have been waiting for this type for generations. It's so good. It's so weak to ground types, but it's just such a cool idea. And the evolution is even better, but he is just so cute. I'm gonna nickname him Prince after the famous rock star, I think it was. Because, get it? Purple, Rain Dance, Thunder's 100% accurate Rain Dance? Hey, I'm gonna die alone. After that, we're gonna try and train up Prince, but in the middle of that, Rosie is evolving into an Eldegoss, which is okay. I don't really care. Again, Rosie is gonna only be staying on our team for a bit longer. Next gym, and then she's probably gonna be thrown out, so don't get too attached to poor Rosie. She was merely a pawn in the grand game of things. I'd say the grand scale of things, but it just came out so wrong. I'm just gonna keep that in. After we take on some more Pokemon breeders, you know what they're like. They're all about that breeding. We find Team Yell harassing a doctor. They're trying to get him to give them his bike, his Rodon bike, which they found a way to stuff that poor Pokemon into a bike. Jesus Christ, the Pokemon world, stop torturing poor Rodons. It's infuriating. Someone get Animal Bites on his act. This is ridiculous. They shoved him in a Pokedex. After we're mildly bothered by Team Yell, we're slightly annoyed by Hop, who brings out the standard trifecta. Shape, monkey, bird. It's just... his team gets more interesting from this point on, I swear. But it's just a really hard game for these early rival battles because they're just the same. We slaughter him, he's all plucky, but you start to see the facade break soon. So, after that we continue on Route 5. Why is the Eldegoss flying? Is that a wild Eldegoss? Is that what they do? I feel sorry for the Eldegoss now. Then we go to Holberry, which is a surprise cameo by Chairman Rose and Oleana, his personal assistant, I think. The anime sets her up as a bit of a scientist and a tech expert, but yeah, she's pretty much his personal assistant slash bodyguard. You'll find out why the bodyguard title's been added. But they just have a bit of a meet and greet, and I kind of like this. It sets up Chairman Rose's character a bit for his surprise turn in the game, let's say. After this, we explore the city and get our hands on a magnet, which will power up electro-type moves, which we give to Prince to power him up a wee bit. We encounter Nessa outside the gym, around the lighthouse area, which is really good. I love seeing the gym leaders outside the gyms. It makes it feel like they're more active in the world than just stuck in one place. But it's fun to see them outside the gym. She gives us her league card. And I just want to say, on this city, I really like it. It's a typical fishing market city, which is quite common in the UK. There's lots of boats around, obviously. There's a lot of opportunities to capture water-type Pokemon. But I really love the feel of it. It makes it really unique for a Pokemon game. I don't know, have you ever seen this type of fishing market city in a Pokemon game before? Because I'm not sure we have. But I could be entirely forgetting something. Then we go to Holberry Gym and take on the gym challenge. This is a water-type gym. And can I say, I love the visual effects in this gym. I love the pool of water. I love video game water. That sounds so weird, but I love water as an element. It's so calm, so relaxing. In a random battle, Churl evolves into Dreadnought, who we'll be seeing a lot of in this gym. But also, we have to clear this pipe puzzle, which I think has been used in one more water-type gym leader, but I think it's not. I think it's either Crash Awake or Marlowe, the second water-type gym leader in Black 2 and White 2. I can't put my finger on which one though. After we complete the puzzle, we have to take on Nessa, who I think might be named after Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, but don't quote me on that. She sends out her Goldeen and Barraskewda, both of which are fairly easy to take down, but then we have a bit of an issue with her Dreadnought, which Dynamaxes. Gigantamax is later, but that's for a later discussion. So we send out Dreadnought to try and stall for time, so we can get the Dynamax to wear off. But Muncher goes down fairly easily. So we send out Prince to stall for time, and I am so sorry, Prince. After this, we send out Eldegoss, who's been named Grandma's Bush, just to show the amount of respect I have for this Pokemon, to basically take out Dreadnought. And we run out of time on the Dynamax, so it's a fairly easy sweep up. So after that, we get the Water Badge from Nessa. Just want to say, guys, thank you for watching this episode. Please like and subscribe. There'll be a part 3 coming out next week. Peace!